All right, so I will show you two ways to start a mandala by setting up the grid. So the first way is with a protractor. So what you're going to do is place your ruler on your sheet, and it doesn't matter what size your sheet is, and then draw a line. And then just get the center of the line, wherever that is, and just mark it. And then you're going to take your protractor and you're going to line up your center with the center of the protractor and line up your line with the line, and then you're just going to mark very lightly every 10 degrees, and you're going to do that above and below the line. So above looks like what I'm doing right now. You can mark every 10 degrees. That's usually a pretty good grid. And you do the same thing below. Line up the center, line up the line, and then mark every 10 degrees. And I usually start at 90 and then work my way around. And then once you've marked above and below, it might be a little bit light, but then you go around and you connect the 3 points. So the center, the above point, and the below point. And you could technically only do 2, like above and the center, but 3 points gives you more accuracy. And then you just go around and you connect all your points around, always through the circle. Sorry, always through the center. Okay, so that's one side, and then the other side. And then once you have your grid, like your lines, all there, then you can start drawing circles. And what I normally do is I draw some circles and then I adjust as I go along. Like maybe you want additional circles or you want to modify it in some way. But then you essentially start your circles, and then you just do as many circles as you think you'll need, and then the distance that you think you'll need as well. Just a series of concentric circles. And there you have it. You can just keep going like that, and then you start to draw your designs. Now, if ever you don't have a protractor, if ever you don't have one, you can also do a grid with a compass, and you can get a pretty good grid that way too. So I'll show you on the same page. Essentially, you start the same way. You draw a line right across your page, and then it doesn't matter the radius of your circle, but just draw a circle. I'm going to draw a small one. It's going to get small, relatively small. And then you're going to draw 6 circles around this circle. So where the line and the circle intersect, on the right, and then on the left. And then in the 4 places where the circles intersect each other, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you'll draw a circle there. And then you can use like these petals, these flower petal shapes to guide you. I'll just zoom in. And then this can help you break up the circle and have lines. So 1, 2, and if we're looking at this first circle that we drew, now it's divided into 6, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can also divide it into 12 by connecting this point through the center through this point, and then this point through the center through this point, and this point through the center through this point, and we can have 12 divisions, which is helpful. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we can kind of ignore the construction that got us here, and we can now use these 12 divisions to help us get a grid for the mandala. So the same thing, you just draw circles around now, and it doesn't matter the size of your circles. And then you can start drawing your shapes, and you can use the space in between the circles and in between the divisions to draw your shapes.